Okay, good afternoon, students. Myself, L.K. Tripathi, your SST teacher from LPM Public School. Today, we shall discuss about the February Revolution. After February, what happened in Russia? Army officials, landowners, and industrialists were influential in the provincial government. As you know, in previous discussion, three videos already I have sent you related to this topic. This is also a video of different kind of the same topic. A provincial government was formed in Russia, but the liberals as well as socialists among them worked towards an elected government. Restrictions on public meetings and association were removed. So, after February Revolution, all these restrictions from different organizations and institutions were lifted, were removed. Soviets like the Petrograd Soviet were set up everywhere, though no common system of election was followed. In April 1917, the Bolshevik leader Vladimir Lenin returned to Russia from his exile. अपने वनवास से लौट के व्लादिमीर लेनिन आता है जो बोल्शेविक लीडर है एंड दिस इज द इंसिडेंट ऑफ अप्रैल 1917. He and the Bolsheviks had opposed the war since 1914. Now he felt it was time for the Soviets to take over power. He declared that the war be brought to a close, land be transferred to the peasants, and banks be nationalized. All these things was there in his mind, and he has decided to do so after having the powers, and he did so. These three demands were Lenin's April thesis. In his April thesis, he had demanded already about all these matters. He also argued that the Bolshevik party renamed itself the Communist Party to indicate its new radical aims. Most others in the Bolshevik party were initially surprised by the April thesis. They thought that the time was not yet ripe for a socialist revolution, and the provisional government needed to be supported, but the developments of the subsequent months changed their attitude. Through the summer, the workers' movement spread in industrial areas. Factory committees were formed, which began questioning the way industrialists run their factories. Trade unions grew to number Soldiers' committees were formed in the army. In June, about 500 Soviets sent representatives to an all-Russian Congress of Soviets. As the provisional government saw its power reduce and Bolshevik influence grow, it decided to take stern measures against the spreading discontent. It resisted attempts by workers to run factories and began arresting leaders. Popular demonstration staged by the Bolsheviks in June 1917 were sternly repressed. Many Bolshevik leaders had to go into hiding or flee. Meanwhile, in the countryside, peasants and their socialist revolutionary leaders pressed for a redistribution of land. Land committees were formed to handle this. Encouraged by the socialist revolutionaries, peasants seized land between July and September 1917. Second, that is the Revolution of October 1917. As the conflict between the provincial government and the Bolshevik grew, Lenin feared the provincial government would set up a dictatorship. In September, he began discussion for an uprising against the government. Bolshevik supporters in the army, Soviets, and factories were brought together. On 16 October 1917, Lenin persuaded the Petrograd Soviet and the Bolshevik Party to agree to a socialist seizure of power. A military revolutionary committee was appointed by the Soviet leader was known as Leon Trotsky to organize the seizure. The date of the event was kept a secret. The uprising began on 24 October. Sensing trouble, Prime Minister Kerensky had left the city to summon troops. At dawn, military men loyal to the government seized the buildings of two Bolshevik newspapers. Pro-government troops were sent to take over telephone and telegraph offices. and protect the Winter Palace. In a swift response, the military revolutionary committee ordered its supporters to seize government offices and arrest ministers. Late in the day, the ship Aurora shelled the Winter Palace. Other vessels shelled down the Neva and took over various military points. By the nightfall, the city was under the committee's control and the ministers had surrendered. At a meeting of the All-Russian Congress of Soviet in Petrograd, the majority approved the Bolshevik action. Uprising took place in other cities. There was heavy fighting, especially in Moscow. But by December, the Bolshevik controlled the Moscow Petrograd area. Next, let's go to the box. Some important activities there. Box number 2. Date of the Russian Revolution. Say it carefully. Russia followed the Julian calendar until 1st February 1918. The country then changed to the Gregorian calendar, which is followed everywhere today. The Gregorian dates are 13 days ahead of the Julian dates. So, by our calendar, the February Revolution took place on 12 March and the October Revolution took place on 7th November. Now, some important dates here. 1850s to 1880s debates over socialism in Russia. This important debate was conducted in Russia about the matter of the state. 1898 formation of the Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party. This was formed. 1905 The Bloody Sunday and the Revolution of 1905. Father Gapon, 100 workers were killed, 300 wounded in this Bloody Sunday. 1917 2nd March Abdication of the Tsar. 24th October Bolshevik uprising in October. 1918 to 20 the Civil War. 1919 formation of Comintern. 1929 beginning of collectivization. In this way, we have come to know much more about the incident of Russia. Here, figure 11, you can observe Lenin is sitting left and Trotsky right with workers at Petrograd. Trotsky was Prime Minister of Russia at that time and Lenin is there and they are sitting together with the workers and taking important decisions about that. So next discussion will take place in the next video. We shall be meeting next day. Till then, thank you.